Welcome friends, in this video we are going to design a mat foundation. The data and loads which we are gonna take to design the mat foundation, we will take that data from our ETABS model which we performed in the last video. So go to ETABS, open that model. The forces which we are going to apply on the columns on the mat foundation are the forces at the story 1 level at the bottom of the column. To see that forces, go to tables, go to analysis, then go to results, go to frame results, double click on column forces, right click on story, select story 1, then right click on the station and click on sort ascending. Extend the table to see all the values. For cases which are only dead, the reactions for only dead case we can see here. These are the forces coming on the column at the bottom. These forces we will apply on the columns on the mat foundation in the SEP software. Also for the live case, these are the forces. The sizes of the column after the design we can see here. Go to model, go to structure objects, go to story 1, go to columns and double click on C1. Here we can see the size of the column. Click on cancel, go to C2. Here we can see the size of the column. In such a way we can take the note of all the column sizes. So after taking the note of all the forces and column sizes, we have also take the account of materials which we have used in the columns. So double click on column and click on design. Click on geometry. Here as we can see the materials are not shown, but the materials which we have used to design the section, we can see the material from the section properties. So double click on column property. Here we can see the M40 grade concrete is used and reinforcement uses HYSD 500. So now our problem statement is ready. This is our problem statement. We have 16 columns. All out of that 16 columns, C6, C7, C10 and C11 have the size of 600 into 600 and all the other columns have the size of 500 into 500. The SEP bearing capacity of the soil is 300 kN per meter square and allowable Saturn is 1 centimeter. The dimensions of the column are given here. Here we can see C6 and C7 have 600 into 600 size. Here the dead loads are given, here the live loads are given and materials are here given. Next, for the next 8 column the data is here. Now for the subgrade modulus, the formula is SEP bearing capacity divided by allowable settlement. So by calculation we get 3 into 10 power 4. Here the column strip width, the size of the foundation is 18 meter. So strip width is 0.25 into 18, 4.5 meter. But as the code does not give any restrictions on the side width, strip width, so we are gonna use the strip width of 4 meter. We are gonna extend the base slab of the mat by 2 meter in all directions. So the foundation have the size of 20 meter into 22 meter. So now to start the modeling in SEP, go to SEP software, click on new model, select the design code as IS456, units as a metric. Design preferences, minimum cover slab. The clear top cover is 50 according to IS code. Also the clear bottom cover is also 50. Select prefer bath size as 22. Select on OK. Select grid only option. The size of the building is 18 meter into 18 meter. So if we provide the gap of 1 meter between the grid lines, we're gonna require 19 lines. Select on click on OK. Now define the materials. Add new material M40. Material type concrete. Here we have to put the data of the M40 concrete. So data for the end concrete M40 concrete is here. 25. Then select on OK. Again add new material HYSD 500. Select material type as rebar. The properties of the HYSD 500 are click on OK. Again click on OK. Go to define slab properties. Add new property. Mat footing. Slab material as M40. Here select type as mat. Select the width of 1200 mm. Click on OK. Again select on OK. Go to define. Go to soil separate properties. Soil 1 property is already there. Click on modify. Our subgrade modulus is 3 into 10 power 4. So change that. Click on OK. Again click on OK. Now go to column properties. Add new property. In our foundation there are two sizes of column, 500 into 500 and 600 into 600. So design first column of 500 into 500. Material as M40, 500, 500. Select on OK. Again add new property. Give the name 600 into 600. Select material as M40. Select size 600 into 600. Click on OK. Click on OK. Now go to define. Check the load patterns. Dead and live are already there. Click on OK. Go to load cases. The linear static load cases, dead and live are already there. So click on OK. Now go to define. Go to load combinations. Click on add new combo. Combo 1 is the ultimate load. So factor is 1.5. Then for also live load, factor is 1.5. Click on strength ultimate. Select OK. Add new combo. Second combo is of service load. Select dead. Select live. The factor is 1. Select the service loads option. Click on OK. Click on OK. Now all the properties are. We will start drawing our model. So click on draw. Draw slab areas. Make sure the mat footing is selected. draw the slab by selecting the corner. Click on exit. We have to expand this slab by 2 meter, so go to edit. First we have to select the footing, so select the footing. Here we can see the selection. Go to edit, go to edit areas, expand areas. Here we have to expand it by 2 meters, so 2000 mm. Click on OK. We have to first define our column properties, so go to column properties, check, make sure that column properties are defined. Now we have to draw the columns, so click on draw columns. Here property below should be none, property above should be 500 to 500, height below should be 0, height above should be 2 meter, and then start drawing the column. The identical columns of 500 to 500 meter are drawn. The columns which are in the middle of the slab are of size 600 to 600. So again go to draw, click on draw columns. Here select size column 600 to 600. Draw the columns. Click on exit. Now go to draw, click on draw design strips. The strip width is 4 meter, so enter the value. Now draw the strips in horizontal direction in the middle of the column. Go to draw, click draw design strips. Select the point in the middle of the column, going through the middle of the column. Make sure you select the point such that the strip line should go through the middle points of the column. Now change to layer B. In the same way, draw all vertical strips. The last vertical strip so all the strips are drawn. Close that option. Now we have to select the properties and change them, the rebar properties, to H by SD. So right click on the slab, go to design, go to rebar material and change it to H by SD. Select OK. The column properties will automatically get changed to H by SD. To make sure, right click on column. Here we can see the rebar material as HYSD 500. The strips which we have drawn, the rebar properties for that we have to change. So right click on the strip, change the rebar material. Follow this same procedure for all the vertical and horizontal strips. The rebar properties have been changed to HYSD 500. Now to assign the properties of the soil beneath the foundation, select the foundation, see your selection here, go to assign, go to support data, go to soil properties and select on OK. The soil properties has been assigned. Now we have to apply the load on the columns. On each column the load is different, so we have to apply the loads on columns, on each column separately. So the loads are given here. These are the dead loads, these are the live loads. I'm going to assign them one by one. You have to follow the same procedure for all the columns. Select the intersection point, that is middle point of the column. Make sure the only one point is selected, and make sure that you have selected the right column as per the notation C1, C2, C3, C4. Otherwise you will apply the loads of C2 column on any other column. So pay attention to that. Go to assign, go to load data, go to point loads. Dead load is there. So on the column 1 the dead load is 1850. The dimension of the column is 500 into 500. First I am going to assign the dead loads on all the 500 to 500 columns. So dead load to all 500 into 500 column has been assigned. Now we are going to assign the live load on that same columns. So follow the sequence as shown previously. Here change the load pattern to live. The last column. Now dead and live load to 500 into 500 columns have been assigned. Assign the dead load to 600 into 600 column. Here change the size to 600 into 600. So dead and live load to all the columns have been assigned. To make sure that you have assigned the correct loads to column, right click on that point, go to loads. Here you can see this is the C11 column. So dead load and live load are assigned correctly. Similarly, you can see for C10 column Okay, our model is ready. Now we are going to analyze this model. Click on run analysis, save the model. Here the displacement is shown and the color variation for that displacement, the graph is here. Now click on run analysis and design. Go to display, go to punching shear design. Here make sure that the ratio is less than 1. So for all the columns here the ratio is less than 1. So we have successfully designed our mat foundation, and there is no shear failure in this mat foundation. If the ratio is more than 1, then we have to redesign the thickness to make sure that this ratio becomes less than 1. Our model is passed here. Now to check the various results, go to display, go to show strip forces. Here we select various combination, select moments in the strips. Here we can see, to see the shear forces, we can see the shear forces, the values are shown here. For the layer B, select the layer B, we can see. Then go to display, go to slab forces and stresses, select the load combination and select the component which you want to see. Click on apply. You can see the movement here. Then for the shear, you can see the Vmax. These are the slab forces. Then for the slab design, click on impose minimum reinforcement. To see the reinforcement in layer A, make sure the layer A is option selected, click on apply. The reinforcement top and bottom is shown along the layer A. To say the reinforcement of layer B, here the top and bottom reinforcement is shown for the layer. Click on close, go to display, go to crack widths, select the load combination, click on apply, close. The crack widths are shown here. These are the tentative location of cracks which will form in the long term in the foundation. As you can see the colors, and that colors have the different values, and these values are in mm and 10 power minus 3. So for yellow color crack, the crack width is 0.3 mm, which are very negligible, so we can ignore them. Now go to run and click on run detailing. Make sure the 3 options are selected, click on OK. Here the view of the slab is here. Drawing list. Here are the general notes, the grade of the concrete used and the reinforcement used. Here are the rebar shapes, beam curtailment rules, slab curtailment. In the slab views, click on framing plan. Here you can see the plan of the mat foundation. Click on rebar table. Then in the individual slab views we can show the reinforcement. The top rebar reinforcement is shown here, the bottom rebar reinforcement is shown here, then all the bars in top, all the bars in bottom, rebar plan. The elevation section, here we can see the top reinforcement and bottom reinforcement. Elevation section in the other direction, and reinforcement profile, here we can see the profile in the layer A direction. For layer B direction, here is the profile. So from this we can interpret the results. Here our assignment is complete. So thank you.